Hello again, my people. Happy Memorial Day to all. And God bless all those that lost their lives in the sacrifice for our freedom. And may they always be remembered for the heroes that they are. Now, on to business. I'd like to give a shout out to Shiba Inu Army. You guys deal with a lot of bearish BS. And I see it there on StockTwits, and I know it's on WebBull. I see it on that. You know, people are people. I mean, there's people that are short sellers that are, proud to antagonize you, and it's a war. It's a game that I guess we all play. You know, I for one just don't see that side of it. I don't like. I love making money. Okay, and I've lived in poverty most of my life, so believe me, if anyone has incentive to make money, it's me. But I don't like short selling, let's say, a stock that could cure cancer, trying to short it to death till it goes out of business. Something just does not feel right in my gut, my soul, my instincts, my brain, my anything. Maybe it feels right in people's pocketbooks. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe I'll change my views years from now. Maybe people will say, please don't. Uh, Bottom line is, at this point in life, there's no way I could see myself shorting any stock, period. You know, I look at the movements the last 2 years of the market. History repeats itself. You know, not all stock prices are the same, you know, but as far as going up and going down, they do. You know, I bought Plug Power at $4.17 February 6, 2020. It never went anywhere back to $4.17. Um, so, uh, you just have to kind of know what you own. But on to the point, I want to talk about crypto. I'm invested in Shiba Inu, and at the moment, I was one of the first to get it when it first came out on Coinbase. I now have it in a different place, but at that time, I had it in Coinbase, and I had 111 million. Well, I ended up having to sell, which didn't make me very happy, of course. And not long after I sold, of course, it ran up, to 17, 22, 23, and then all the way up to, I believe, 89 or just something gut wrenching, and I had none of it. Um, and that was a hard pill to swallow, for me at least. I'm sure it was for a lot of investors, but it was for me in particular, not only because I needed the money more than most, uh, simply because I invested more than I had to begin with, um, sort of. But no, I would say it hurt more because I had 100,000 Dogelon, or excuse me, I mean Dogecoin at $333, and I listened to idiots talk about how I should have paid a quarter of a penny and how it's been that way for 7 years and it's not going to do nothing. And then of course it shoots up. Now whether or not that's the Elon Musk catalyst or what have you, um, combination of things, I'm sure, getting more popular. I know there were some spikes and some ups and downs, and before I started investing, like 2017, I think was a significant year for cryptocurrency, um, in particular. But I just think that you learn from things, and to watch Dogecoin go up to, could have been for what I had, could have been 75,000. Now I doubt I would have held it that long. I believe it hit 4 and 5 cents and 8 cents for a minute, and then it moved on to the next leg up, and I didn't know then what I know now. So I realistically would have cashed out somewhere around 5,000 probably with my 100,000 Dogecoin. Um, but yeah, to miss out on that, multiple thousands off of a $333 investment, and then to know better and to find Shiba Inu, and it's the Doge killer and all that, and the people's crypto, and what they mean for India after that donation. All of those good things being involved in the metaverse. I mean, I could go on and and everything, but the point is, all that utility, um, knowing that people try to improve on things, kind of like they say Ethereum might be better than Bitcoin because it uses less energy. I'm no scientist. I'm not God. I don't know. But I know there's something to the argument. And I know that Elon Musk wants to save on energy. I mean, look what he did with taking William Shatner up there. You know, that's reusable. So he's all about that. Um, so I just, and that will come, have something to do with the third coin I'm going to name you. But yeah, there's a 3-dog race with Doge, Shiba Inu, and now Dog Elon coin. Not Doge Elon. They said that would be arrogant, so it's pronounced Dog Elon. And that's the new kid on the block. And I bought it when it was $1,700 for $1 billion, and it dropped to 12. I sold at 12, and then it dropped. This is for $1 billion. When I say $1,200, that's what I mean to say. It was $1,700 for $1 billion of them, because it was 6 zeros and a 17. So, and again, it dropped to 12. I sold at 12, and didn't want to, but it was actually a decent move, because then it dropped again to 9. I bought in somewhere, I don't know exactly, but I made some profit. Maybe not much, but I did. I sold at 9 or 9.50 or something like that, and then it dropped below 5. And this is the Dog Elon, so this would mean $5 per million. When I first bought Shiba Inu, it was $5 to $9 per million. And when it ran up to 17, I got sick to my stomach because I didn't have it. Well, now I have 111,111,111, and I'm not touching it, even if I have to sleep outside, until it goes back up to at least where it was at. And when I say where it's at, I mean $5,000 to $10,000, $12,000 I should get from my $1,100-$1,200 investment. And that's realistic. That ain't asking for it to reach $1 and be a millionaire. That's asking to make some money back so I can have some room to work with and repurchase that MMTLP I was talking about earlier. But on the on the third coin, Dog Elon, I like it because you're dealing with dog lovers. You're dealing with new ideas. You're dealing with Methuselah Foundation. They're all about reversal of age reversal. So their thing is the new the new 90 is going to be like 50, or something like that by 2030. You can look that up and do your research on the Methuselah Foundation. I believe they own roughly half the supply of Dog Elon, which you can purchase on crypto.com. I currently only have about $11 worth, so I have 22 million of them. And I would like to replace the Dog Elon after I get my MMTLP. I'd also like to hold that Shiba Inu as long as I can. I'd also, there's a few stocks I'd like Metamaterials. I like a couple other ones I don't really want to name, but if I had to, I like Sunworks. It's a good solar one, good for the price and the value. It's under $2. It's under $2, and to me, it's worth 10, 15, 20 bucks any given summer. So I like Workhorse. They've had some issues, but I like Workhorse. That's an EV play. I like Great Panther Mining, but it hasn't shown any reason for anybody else to really like it. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but there is a lot of bright future plans, though, if you look them up and listen to their CEO and what the plans they have for mining. I like water. Shaquille O'Neal owned 70 million shares of it not long ago. I can't believe it's around 40 cents, 42 cents. I see strength there. It doesn't want to stay in the 30s. It's one of those that's going to squeeze over to 50 cents and 60 cents, 64 cents, 72 cents, 83 cents, before you know it. But it's one of them I don't really see with a ceiling of over $3. That's just my opinion. Everything I say is just my opinion. Never financial advice. But that's the water. WTBR is the ticker. So, yeah, that's another one I like. And there's some other ones I like. I just rather not name yet, or at least not on this video. I feel like market manipulators know what we like and don't like, or else they wouldn't spend time and effort to have bots and people and idiots on stock twits and everything else to rattle you. I mean, people say, "Why are you here then if you don't care? You think it's a loser, or whatever the stock you're talking about is." You know, again, the game they play, the game I have to say we play because we're all in it. Um, some of us just have morals. That's all. You know, and believe in other things that we tie in with our finances, and we think we might be a little more blessed in the long run. So yeah, I'd just rather not be a liar. I'd rather stay transparent. I'd rather not be a hater. Even if it doesn't make financial sense at that moment. I mean, I'd rather never be self-defeating either. So just one of those things. Um, you do what you got to do, and you got to do it. But back to these coins here. We got Shiba Inu. We've got Dogalon, and we've got Dogecoin. Dogecoin's the most popular. It's been around since December 6th, 2013. And it took 7 years for it to do anything. And when I say anything, I mean go from a quarter of a penny, a third of a penny, to multiple pennies, multiple cents, have any kind of value. And when I did my research at the time on it, they said that there was an unlimited supply. I don't know. I don't know. That's what they say. So just that in itself told me, well, it can only be worth so much. The ceiling's got to be $1, I told myself, max. And heck, it almost reached it. And I was saying something to an investor on StockTwits about, Shiba Inu, because people hate on it. And I said something like, I hope we wake up tomorrow and it's 69 cents and, the haters can, just go, where. And, people arguing with other people about dreaming about it being $1. Well, the truth is, if Shiba Inu was $1, that would be the entire world's economy. So I'm not saying it's going to be $1, but Shiba Inu should be worth more than Dogecoin if you really, really think about it. Dogecoin was meant to be a joke. Shiba Inu is not a joke. They're going to use it in Metaverse. They're going to use it probably. They talked about even Dogalon at McDonald's. This is going to be a thing where you rent movies or whatever, and you order food and you use it. Convenience stores are now advertising Bitcoin, that you can buy it there. I mean, I don't know all the options, but I don't go to convenience stores to do that. But I know that it's there, and it's in the start of things. And that's what most people understand, and that's why most people are content holding whatever coin it is they have for multiple years. And that's fine too. But when you look at like Bitcoin, like I've talked about in other videos, when you look at it in different time periods, you'll notice similarities in the chart. You'll notice in a year cycle, it hits this peak. And I've also learned it climbs in healthy backtracks, and climbs in healthy backtracks. I'm not saying it has to necessarily be this exact way every time. But boy, it sure looked funny how it did this. And then it was at its peak. And then obviously there has to be some sort of a sell-off. But it was barely anything. I mean, it was lower than a healthy sell-off. And then there was a peak again. It was like a month. And I'm talking specifically about, you can look it up yourself, last October and November on Bitcoin. When it was $65,000, whatever. And then as it came down, it also stair climbed down. It didn't just go straight down. Maybe to some people it did. But I'm saying from the stepping out and looking at the grand scheme of things, you had time. You had a month to sell in that area at the best. And then you watch it go down. It took a whole year. And here we are. We bounced off of floor in May. I don't know if it was the 23rd or whatever it was this month, where Bitcoin and everything else bounced off of what I believe to be the true floor. Now we're on our way up. So now is when I believe diamond hands really apply. Now is the time. But I also believe that you only have a certain window to sell at the top. There's too many human beings. There's too many investors with too many different ways of thinking. too many different positions and personal needs and wants in life, and rhymes and reasons and everything else in between. So people are not going to be on the same page selling. There'll be wells, there'll be people to a degree. But when you're talking about every investor, no, of course not. That would be impossible, pretty much. It would be. Um, so you kind of have to secure your profit, you know, and you could actually rinse and repeat. But you will notice that you will have higher lows. You will have, usually, I mean, unless dramatic things happen, and if they do, you can almost count on it getting back on track to that. And until the world, till the charts, till history says differently, I think that's good advice to look at. That's the ultimate buying of the dip. Because you're looking for the best dip possible, to where you can sit back and you don't feel like a bag holder that is waiting on things to come all the way back around for you to secure any kind of profit, or even even hedge your losses. Wow. So to me, it's very, very important when you talk about an entry. They say having an entry and an exit plan. I mean, it sounds like cliche and common sense, but yeah, I mean, it's almost a must if you want to be at all successful with this. You're going to have people say, think, and all these things and do weird things, but you got to stay focused on what you're doing. And a part of that is your entry and your exit, and having a good idea about it, regardless of even what you tell other people. I could want Shiba Inu to reach a tenth of a penny, which that is what I would want. But that's also why I like to own I like to have at least 1 billion of a cryptocurrency. I don't have the money for that on Shiba, but I like that for that reason. If you have 1 billion of anything and it reaches a tenth of a penny, you're a millionaire. So I kind of like that, and that's another cryptocurrency, a fourth cryptocurrency I wanted to talk about, called Tectonic. Very much under the radar, man. You want to talk about bears calling it garbage, I'm sure that's one of them. Though it doesn't seem that brutal on that page. Maybe it's just unknown. It says that 2021, as far as what I've read, is when it came out. So yeah, it's new, but I mean, they say that about Shiba. Shiba Inu is 2021. And you couldn't purchase it until last May of 2021, actually, on some platforms, probably the Coinbase, crypto.com, any of those. You can buy it on KuCoin. There's different places, and you can look it up on what is that one? Not the Coin Gecko. I'm drawing a blank. But you can you can look up where to purchase a particular coin. You can find that information. Anything you want, you just have to work for it and dig deep. But it's all there. Some of us are lazy and we want to hear it from somebody else and then criticize that other person. And that's why all of us YouTubers say that it's never financial advice. And that makes sense to me, especially now that I'm making YouTube videos. But yeah, I would keep an eye out on Bitcoin's movement. Right now it is over 31,000. So I find that to be very significant. Being over 31,000 shows me that it's either dead cat bounce, and you've got to add in all equations at all times. As an investor, it's a risk assessment, I guess you could say. It's either dead cat bounce, or it's on its way stair climbing upward. There'll be healthy pullbacks on the way up, but it's going up, and there'll be a point where I believe that it could possibly even, shall I say the word, squeeze. And that 90 to 99% of the altcoins and other cryptocurrencies are going to follow suit with Bitcoin. So now is definitely the time to get on board if you're bullish on cryptocurrencies. And as far as the stocks are concerned, tomorrow we're going to see, at least for me, the earliest I can really see any movement is 3 o'clock Central Time, Texas time. Um, through a web bull or what have you. But by 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I kind of can see what's getting movement. I'll be looking for different things. I'll be looking for Be Big. I'll be looking at MMAT always. I'll be looking at MMTLP always. Despite my own personal investment, currently I've invested a good amount of time and money and effort of my life and my life into that. So yeah, I certainly keep an eye out on that, and even my dad's feeling pretty bullish about metamaterials. He owns 1,500 shares, and he still has a good amount of special dividends. All of his special dividends, his original special dividends, he has he's waiting on. So I hope that works out for him and for everyone that holds. And I hope and pray that I'm able to recover my at least 2,144 MMTLP before the spin out, or before we get paid. I don't care if it's called something else, and it still lets me buy back in. I just, I was on that win divvy movement, and I waited so long, and some of you guys know I had videos where I was for hours at a time in Texas in a hot day, homeless with my cat outside. That's pretty brutal. That's not something I want to go through anymore. And that's why, obviously, I liquidated. But Fidelity is going to be getting many, many phone calls from me, and they already know this now. I know some of you have other suggestions on where to buy it, and that's fine. I'm always open to suggestions. I never believe in being closed-minded, and I always believe in being objective and hearing all sides and points of view of everything within reason. There's some things that I don't even want to hear the side of if it's that wrong. But no, I mean, for the most part, yeah, I'm all ears when it comes to different brokers, but whether you have to wait an hour and a half or not with Fidelity, and I at least trust them. Sorry, I trust that they're not going to not pay me my money. They've been around too long. They've got enough money to pay my poor my poor self. So yeah, I don't trust that. I don't distrust them as far as a shady broker. Maybe they don't have the best reputation. Maybe they're starting to be shady. I don't know all those things. I know you guys love to nitpick on Robinhood and Webbull, and it seems like for good reason. And I understand. I mean, they've always paid me, but I know they all have tactics, and Fidelity could be right in that game with them. I'm sure they probably are. Why wouldn't they be, right? But I just feel like the name itself, like they're not going to take something that doesn't, legally belong to them, or I don't believe that they're going to necessarily, which they could. I could be wrong about what I'm about to say, but halt trading. So there's due to volatility, right, to protect you, Wow. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stick with trying to add to Fidelity. I know that if Webbull allows the OTC to happen, for us to be able to buy and sell on the over-the-counter market, I'm certainly into that. I'm certainly all for that. Looks like this video is kind of lengthy, so I'm probably going to call it that. But those are just some of my thoughts with the market and with crypto, and thoughts about what direction we're headed. I think that we're finally headed for a recovery. I just don't see why not. So I'm going to get some rest. I'm exhausted. I know that this video is too long and not professional enough, but it's there. So take it for what it's worth. Hopefully it's worth 2 cents, at least. It's my 2 cents. And until then, you have a good night, and we will see you at the bell.